Hi, I'm Jason Matthews, owner of Matthews Painting Company near Warsaw, Indiana. We continue our tutorial videos that we show all of our new employees who we train to become professional painters. This is our training room / storage room, and this looked a little different on our drywall repair videos. This is actually a third coat on the stress crack that I actually repaired on some previous videos. We've hung trim up because we practiced patching and caulking here as well. But this is a quick tutorial on just how to sand the drywall repair. This will not be very exhaustive, nor will it really teach you by just watching a video, but it does give you a little bit of an orientation. We don't like to use just regular sandpaper. We feel it's a little too aggressive and it cuts into the drywall compound too much. When I say cut, it digs into the drywall and takes too much off, too much into the drywall compound. We like to use one of these. Here is a extra large all-purpose sanding sponge. This one is a fine and a medium. So what I mean by that is one side feels a little finer than the other. And so we usually start with something a little more aggressive, and then we go over to the fine if needed. And then we have this one, it's an all-purpose sanding sponge, and this one's just medium. And the reason this one has an angle is that allows you to get into a corner without actually removing drywall compound or ruining the repair on the adjacent wall. But anytime you can, you try to use the larger one. That's going to give you a more smooth, less of a rippled repair when you're done. So I'm going to try to bring the light over here. If we could kind of come in close. And I'm going to let Bill make an adjustment here with the camera so he can see some of these imperfections, hopefully, in these edges. And so what I do starting out sanding, like if this was against a piece of trim, of course I would tape that to protect that. We have some ripples in there, and so we just start sanding. And I get my other hand on there right away because I don't want to take things too far. You can see an edge here. Now one thing I want to point out is you see hopefully in the camera this is starting to feather out here, whereas here we see an abrupt line. We want to get the repair to a point that's a little more feathered out, and then we know we've actually gone far enough. I'm filling with my other hand as I go along and fill my repair. That's filling for humps or areas that I need to sand a little bit more. It's important to keep your hand flat and press hard. I see a lot of folks doing this and seeing if their repair is done. Well, you're only using the end of your fingertips. That's not going to give you what you're looking for in filling minor humps and bumps, because a general rule of thumb is if you feel it, you'll see it after you're done painting. So we teach our employees at Matthews Painting to put one hand on, push hard, and go pretty fast in different directions, and that'll allow you to fill some of the humps that need sanded. So I'm going to take this a little further. Typically we're going a little faster like this. And right now that feels really smooth. It feels just like my wall in the other places. And that repair is completed. We're going to jump over here to the other side of the shop here. We're going to do a similar sand job. This was some drywall compound that was just put on very quickly. It wasn't made to look nice. We have this for some sanding purposes. But I'm going to show you a little bit. I'll probably sand half of this up here, just to kind of have you watch the motion of my hands. So I start sanding. Right away I want to get that other hand on there. There's times I'll change directions. Get my hand on there to fill humps. And it's important not to sand too far, but also if you don't sand enough, it's a little harder to fix after you paint, and then you have this little hump area as well. So that of course would need sanded further, but that just gives you a basic concept of sanding a wall repair. For more information, you can contact us at matthewspainting.com, and if you liked what you saw, you can give us a thumbs up on our YouTube page.